We've got news out of Austin. House Bill 46 is headed to the conference committee. What does that mean? House Bill 46 is the medical cannabis expansion bill that was led by Chairman Ken King. It would have expanded the compassionate use program and improved the infrastructure for the program, allowing more patients to access it, allowing new methods of administration, and allowing more participation by new licensed businesses, in addition to satellite locations, allowing for better access throughout the state. This legislation passed with an overwhelming supermajority with bipartisan support out of the Texas House. Sadly, though, we saw it gutted in the Texas Senate, reducing the number of qualifying conditions, limiting the number of additional licenses, really reducing the effectiveness of this legislation. But because of overwhelming pushback from advocates across the state, Senator Perry offered amendments to the bill, making it a little bit better. He re-added chronic pain as a qualifying condition, which is really good. We know that cannabis is an effective medicine for treating pain, especially when patients now are being prescribed opiates, which we know to be dangerous and addictive. But it still slashed all of the additional qualifying conditions approved by the Texas House and limited the number of licenses that would be issued by the Department of Public Safety. We're disappointed with the Senate version, and it did pass out of the Senate. Now, the House had to consider, do we want to accept this weaker version of the bill passed by the Senate, or do we want to reject those amendments and instead go to a conference committee where we hash out the differences? Well, Chairman King says, no way. We want to restore the integrity of the bill. And he has called for a conference committee. So we have seen House members appointed. There are 5 House members appointed to this committee. It's going to be led by Chairman King. Representative Capriglione is on the committee. Representative Pierce, who voted against the bill, interesting to see her added to this committee. Representative Tinderholt and Representative Turner, the 5 members of the House who will serve on this special purpose committee. The next step will be the Senate appointing their 5 members to this committee. Unlike other committees, there is no public hearing, there is no public testimony. If your representative has been appointed to this committee, please do reach out to them. Ask them to fight for the best version of the bill possible so that more patients have access. We need to improve and expand the compassionate use program. We only have a few days left, though. The legislative session ends on Monday, June 2nd. So this weekend, the conference committee on House Bill 46 will be working hard to hash out the differences in the bill, and hopefully we end up with a better version than what passed out of the House. So the call to action here is that if your representative or your senator is serving on this committee, please contact them now. For everyone else, let's stay focused on that veto campaign, Veto SB 3, a terrible bill that not only would shut down a thriving industry, but would criminalize individuals who choose to use federally legal hemp products. We know that more than 100,000 Texans have signed on to the petition calling for the governor to veto SB 3. We've generated thousands of emails to the governor's office. His phone has been ringing off the hook, and we are making sure that he's feeling the heat. In fact, just a couple days ago, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick hosted a press conference that was dripping with desperation. He knows he's on the wrong side of this issue. He knows that Texans do not favor prohibition, and much like he strong-armed the legislature to pass SB 3, he tried to strong-arm the media, and it backfired. You can't go onto any social media platform, any news article, and not see a thread of Texans recognizing that this bill is going to be a failure. We do not want it. We reject prohibition. We support regulation. So keep up the good work, advocates. We've got work to do in these last few days, so keep up the pressure. Let's not leave anything on the table.